Artie's an otter. How about I give you your animal and you give me mine? You're for sure an elk.
I'm an elk.
You're like an elk or a deer. You're tall and spindly.
Yeah.
Because I fall the fuck over all the time.
Yeah,
You're fucking dumb and majestic all at the same time. But if you're a Pokemon, you'd be a Bidoof. Yeah.
I fucking love the Bidoof videos.
You were an ant.
What would I be? Come on, give it to me straight, Doc. All right. Well, while there's a
You'd be a
sea of
horse.
emptiness in the, I'd be a horse.
Thinking a crow.
A crow?
They're really smart, but they're also assholes sometimes.
That is true. That is true about me. I will shit on your car if I don't like you.
But also, like, crows are ludicrously smart.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna train one how to steal money
I
in
can do.
exchange for presents.
I can do that. Give me walnuts. I will steal wallets. Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Too Many Chairs. I'm your favorite crow.
I am your dear slippery otter Ari.
Slippery?
That's what Cameron described. Hey, you started the last episode saying like gooey, sticky, and sweet. So
Ain't nothing
you
wrong
know,
with being sticky, gooey, and
Blech.
sweet.
I'm a himbo deer. My name's Cameron.
Oh, you didn't say hi, I'm Cameron.
Hi.
Man, your whole profile's falling apart.
I know. It's
Alright.
been a bad week, okay?
That's true. All right, the way I wanted to try to kick this off is I want to do a little bit of improv. That's something that I haven't done in a long time, and I've never had more than two people in a room.
I have never done improv.
Well, welcome to your very first improv.
So funny story. I took a class in college called Movement and Improv of the Actor. And it was supposed to be, or the description said we were going to do stage fighting. We're going to do like essentially yoga and like movement and stuff to like learn how to move around a stage in space and a little bit of improv. And we showed up first day of class and my teacher just went, "Welcome to improv." And I was like, what the fuck?
Right. In this
so
case,
I took improv.
I will be the director. I will give you your prompt. Ari, you will be character number 1. Cameron, you'll be
Okay.
character number 2.
I'm gonna get an F in this class.
Yeah, that is okay. This is all about the feels, and I think you'll do well. You got a nice little creative mind. So the prompt is going to be suspecting your boss is a vampire.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So Ari,
My
you will be
teacher.
playing the boss. No,
Okay.
we're not getting into that. We're doing improv. You can talk about that later. We'll talk about that in a moment. You're going to be the boss that
okay.
is suspected to be a vampire. Use whatever voice you wish.
Am I actually a vampire or am I just suspected?
You're
You
as
get
far
to pick that yourself.
yeah, as
Okay.
far as we're concerned, Jesus, you do the full fucking like, hello, how are you? You're just a normal
I
citizen.
don't know if I want to do a voice.
You don't have to do a voice.
Okay.
You're just the citizen. You're like, is my boss?
Yeah.
Hello,
Is my-
random citizen.
All right, ready, set, action.
Well, it is your first day at work. Are you ready to begin?
Why are all the lights off?
Oh, we find that in order to enhance the I don't know what this fucking
I love that
accent is.
he's German.
I don't know what accent I'm doing.
Boss,
In
I
order
can't
to
see
enhance-
shit.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
let-
it's my first day. I should watch my mouth.
It's all right. All right.
When your accent disappeared.
No,
You okay?
yes, I am fine. Let me turn on some lighting. Click, 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 click.
Why are you sparkling?
Oh,
Is this your moisturizer? That's fantastic.
yes, I bought this new body glitter. Isn't it just lovely?
It is. This is very lovely.
Thank you. I love it so much. It was a suggestion from my boyfriend. Anyway,
It's very progressive.
thank you. This is where the cash register is. So you will come here. If you need a place to use the bathroom, it is over here.
I have to interrupt. What's the name of our company again? What's my job?
You are going to be a cashier for Vlad's fine gothic goods.
And you're Vlad? Vlad? How would you like me to pronounce this?
I am. Hold on. I am. Yes, I am Vlad. I own the company. My full
I'm gonna
name.
die.
I'm trying to think of a pun. I can't think of a pun. It's okay. Yes, I'm Vlad. So yes, you are going to be our cashier once they come out.
When the cashiers come out? I did that years ago, I gotta tell you.
No, so
Family did not take it well.
oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's okay, you're pretty progressive. I think we'll get along.
Yes.
How did this go from suspecting your boss is a vampire to my vampire boss gives me gay sympathy?
So you will be helping with the cash registers and the customers when they come into the store. We greet them. We sell them clothes.
And
We have dressing rooms with mirrors in the back.
Oh, do you want to go show me these mirrors?
Yes, I will show you these mirrors. They're a little finicky, but
The mirrors are finicky?
yes, it's strange. Anyway, here are the dressing rooms where our customers can try on outfits that are very gothic and very reds and blacks, and it's a very nice clothes.
Mr. Vladimir,
Yes.
where's your reflection?
Oh, that's a broken mirror.
But
That's one of the finicky ones.
Oh, well, do you want to show me a not finicky one?
Yes, here's one.
You're still not in the mirror, sir.
I will have a technician.
There's mirror technicians?
Yes. His name is Rufus.
Okay.
Rufus has got his work cut out for him.
Weird question.
Yes.
Is Rufus a big hairy man?
Yes, he is.
I think I know him.
Have you met him before?
Yeah, he was howling one night. It's kind of weird.
Oh yes, he's very sweet. We love him. We have Rufus.
Do you?
We have I do enjoy his company. We have Rufus.
Oh.
We have Frank.
Frank?
We have
Is his last name Stein?
You know,
He's also German.
I'm getting a little freaked out that your reflection's not in this mirror. Can we go somewhere else?
yes,
Do
we
you want
can.
to step outside with me?
Sure. Perhaps. I can show you where we go for lunch. So we go to the cafe next door. I have heard that that's very good. It's an Italian cafe. And
Are we walking there currently?
click, 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 click.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me bring my parasol.
Why,
To
why
have
do
the
you
best
need a parasol?
non-garlic bread.
It adds to the aesthetic. It fits the gothic aesthetic.
We're going right next door.
Yes.
God, you're extra. Okay, let's go.
I am gay.
I picked up on that.
But I will show you. So we usually come to this cafe for lunch just because it is very delicious.
What do you normally get?
I normally get the minestrone soup.
The what?
Minestrone.
Minister?
I know the minestrone. Minestrone.
And what is that?
It's a soup.
Is it Like tomato soup?
Oh God, the darndest feeling Cameron doesn't know what mistress soup is.
What the fuck is that?
It's an actual soup.
Like,
It's not a pun?
No, no, it's a food. It's a real food.
it's like I'm pretty sure it's tomato based. I've had it before. I've seen it. I haven't had it.
It's liver based?
Ooh.
No, tomato.
Oh.
So it's red.
Yes.
Can I ask a favor of you?
Yes.
Ugh.
Can you like feel the sunshine for me?
It's sunny.
Why is your hand smoking?
No, it's-
I don't know.
Do
Maybe
you need to
it's
go
the
to a
glitter.
doctor?
No, I think it's the glitter.
It's the Maybe
The
you
glitter.
should tell the company.
Like,
Or like
the
go
glitter-
wash that
Yes,
off.
I will probably wash off the glitter just because it will get all over. It gets everywhere. Glitter gets everywhere. But yes, I get the minestrone soup. And it's very good.
The minister soup. Got it.
Minestrone. But yes, if you would like your lunch here, you may come and get your lunch here.
How do you feel about garlic knots?
Oh, they're very good.
I can't ask my next question.
oh.
They make my mouth tingle in a weird way, but they're very good. I like the tingle.
Maybe you're allergic.
Oh.
I hope not.
That's how
Garlic is
pineapples
very
make me
good.
feel.
Oh, pineapples are very strange.
Okay.
Would you care to explain how pineapples are strange?
They're just so spiky.
But how do they taste?
Like pineapple? Anyway, let's go back to the shop. I will show you around the store. Perhaps I think Frank is supposed to be in about 20 minutes.
I
So
can't
we can begin.
wait to meet Frank.
He's very, I will warn you, he is very large.
Okay.
He's very large and he doesn't say much, but he's very sweet.
Is he a little dumb?
A little.
I like them himbos. We're good.
Okay, let's go back to the store.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a character and I will lean into
Before this turns into Cameron monster fucking,
it.
which I know you will do. You didn't know minestrone soup?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, you're
Hold
gonna
on.
kill me. Oh.
Okay, minestrone.
Oh,
You're
God.
telling me it's not a pun on minister soup?
No, it's not.
No.
Not even a little bit. Oh my God.
Minestrone.
That was.
Wait, I wasn't done reading.
Woo.
It's like, that's nutrition facts.
I
Taste.
was gonna hit the taste button.
That's what I... That's what I taste. There,
I hit the button. I'm like, I don't taste anything.
Okay,
So-
this is.
What is this minestrone soup recipe?
I'm gonna look up minister soup.
Oh yeah, so 3 bacon rashers. What the fuck is a bacon rasher?
Okay,
Anyway,
Cameron can look up minestrone soup on his own free time.
Minister soup.
No, I love that it went from you trying to do something Transylvanian to straight up like German scientist.
I don't know what my accent was. It kept fluctuating.
It was almost a little French at
I
one
know.
point.
There were times that it slipped French. So French and German accents are very hard for me to do.
Need
For
a
some
mirror
reason.
technician?
What?
Mirror technician.
Mirror technician named Rufus.
Speaking of spooky things, I'm gonna go ahead and I have a question that I found that I got lined up for you guys.
Okay.
The title is by Joshua. Can ghosts leave stains? Before I get started, I want to mention that I never used to believe in ghosts or spirits. But these past few weeks after I've moved into my new house with my mom, Every time before I go to sleep, I feel cold spots. I try to close my eyes and snuggle harder into the blanket so that I can ignore it. But right as I'm about to fall asleep, I hear a light moaning sound and feel a wetness between my toes. When I rush to turn on the bedroom light next to me, there's a small set of wet marks near my feet.
Hear me out. It's not a ghost. You have a man living under your bed. He's got
a foot fetish?
A rabid foot fetish.
Or no, my first instinct was going to say, this ghost has a foot fetish.
Spooky cock.
Spooky cock.
Well, like, you know, there's that story of the woman who married a ghost pirate.
No,
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
No?
What?
Really?
I
There was a
would-
woman
honey.
who married...
Would you be upset if I married a ghost pirate?
No. Also, you
Okay.
didn't know what minestrone soup was, so I'm not really too surprised.
But I feel like I have heard stories of ghosts leaving stains before, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard a single fucking story about a ghost leaving a stain.
I mean, if a
Well,
ghost
maybe not.
knocks over a fucking coffee cup.
Well, maybe not like a wet stain, but I've heard people like have paranormal experiences where stains appear.
Yeah.
Like blood stains have appeared before.
I've heard of like water stains.
Yeah, water stains or
Well,
blood
there's
stains.
no
moisture.
clarification. I'm assuming this is just moisture. Like,
Yeah.
just like water stains. Like,
It-
just water marks.
It is not.
It's
It's not
not.
a ghost with a foot fetish coming on your.
Yeah, it's not ectoplasm.
The rational answer and like the answer I know most like investigators would give you is the moaning is pipes and the dripping is a fucking broken one in your ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean, you did clarify that they just moved into a new house, but
Yeah.
probably new to them. Whether or not that house is old as and creaky as fuck is
Yeah.
up to
Interpretation.
yeah. So
But like, I have heard stories though of ghosts leaving stains.
I didn't
Like,
even think that was a thing. I thought ghosts in general were just like I don't know. I think of like TV when you see like the orb, and then that's it. That's all I
so-
think about.
Okay, so I'm putting down my cookies.
Because I'm not out here trying to fuck with ghosts.
I'm one of those people who I don't know if ghosts are real or not, but regardless, I respect them because I have had paranormal experiences before.
Yeah.
I've had quite a few paranormal experiences. But like it's one of those things where ghosts a lot of times are believed to be like residual energy, since energy can't be created or destroyed, only changed. Ghosts are believed to be like residual energy left behind, like when you die and stuff like that. So a lot of time there are these collection of energies, especially in places where like really traumatic things have happened. That's why a lot of people think Salem is so haunted, because, well, New England is old as fuck in general, but also because like so many bad things happened there in the 1690s and stuff. It's the same reason why like where's the fucking town in Georgia?
I don't know, but if
But
you're
somewhere
trying
in
to tell
Georgia
me,
is like
if you're trying to
very
tell me the
haunted.
human soul is like a battery, I'm not up for that shit.
well, like that's what I'm not trying to say.
Because once
I'm
I
not saying
punch
it's the
out,
same-
I'm done.
Yeah, but like some
I'm clocked
people,
out. I'm done with my shift.
But like some people think like if it's especially if it's a traumatic event, like a lot of times if ghosts are attached to like murders and stuff like that, because I don't know, there's so many theories about it. But either way, like ghosts are energy manipulation. So that's like when someone has like I think it's like an EMP reader or something like that. It reads electromagnetic waves and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Pulse.
Yeah, it'll like pick up when ghosts are around, because ghosts what's the word I'm looking for? Not extrude. But that's the only word.
I like
can
the word
think of.
extrude. You can use extrude.
Yeah, the word like they extrude electromagnetic energy to manipulate things, and that's how like they manipulate things. So that's why a lot of times, like in ghost hunts, they'll have the EMP readers. I think that's what they're called. They'll also have flashlights, like those little mag lights that they'll turn just in between the light turning on and off, and so that way, like the slightest, like either movement or the slightest little burst of energy will turn the light on or turn it off. You can ask it questions. I did that with the ghosts that we had in my previous apartment.
Okay, but is
something like
this
that.
is this guy's feet covered in ghost pre? That's what I want to know.
If
don't
it is,
think so.
dude, that's an honor. Roll with it.
Yeah.
An honor.
Yeah. Imagine how much energy it'd take for a ghost to fucking come.
I can't imagine. Is it like nuclear fission kind of energy?
Or-
Sure.
Question: is it a ghost or is it an invisible man?
Oh no!
This is the cloak of invisibility from Harry Potter.
Oh my god! So I like to think it's like the Invisible Man, like
It's
from
Frank.
that book. It's Frank.
It's Frank.
No.
I'm sure Frank would expel a little bit more than a tiny bit of cum.
All that for 2 little poots of cum.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
I'm still rolling with you have a man living under your bed with a rabbit foot fetish.
Is it always the feet, dude? Was it Josh? Was it always the feet?
Does it matter where your feet are in the bed?
Yeah.
Or like are your feet in the same position? Like
Because
you sleep dead
I mean, if he
still?
sleeps on like a twin mattress, you don't got a lot of options.
Yeah. I mean, even though I'm on a queen, like I sleep in the same spot every single night.
I don't. I will take up
Similarly.
that whole bed if it is available.
I know.
I will starfish the fuck out.
You will take up that whole bed if it isn't available.
True enough. We punch and kick each other, and it's like
A lot.
I've never. No, that's not true. I have come on you when you were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Josh? It's you. This is a relationship now.
I like it when you do that. So
You two are.
Oh my god!
Ari's face.
Anywho,
Yeah.
I would embrace it, Josh. I would just keep
Get to know him.
Yeah.
You know what you do is you should maybe not get to know.
Yeah, probably.
If you feel comfortable, if there's been no,
because the moment you start communicating with spirits, then he's gonna be like, "Hey, man, I could move this dribble from your toes up to your ankles, and your ankles up to your knees."
And then once it gets to your ass, you also are enjoying some things.
or what you do if you feel like this is a benevolent ghost, you get a Ouija board.
No.
No, that's where you fuck up. You start fucking with.
Oh my gosh. I've used one once, and my friend and I did not do it properly, so it didn't work.
I love woodworking and turning and anything you can make out of like a beautiful piece of wood. Ouija boards are not on that list.
That's fair. My mom used one. My mom and her friends used one at
What?
their project graduation.
Hold on, I need to know what the fuck are you making that face for?
You're talking about wood whittling and anything made out of wood, and my brain immediately went to a very specific character.
Who? Oh, is it
Mr. Pockapede.
Yeah, from Campaign 3. Yeah, I'm not.
You can't aggressively whittle wood behind chairs. It looks inappropriate.
I'm not even thinking about D&D right now. I'm thinking about ghost cum on toes.
We can involve that in D&D.
What? Not in my campaign. You better ask Rion to fucking to DM.
But my mom and her friends used a Ouija board at their project graduation, and they managed to communicate with one of their classmates who had committed suicide and died. And they asked him how he was, and he said dead.
Ari,
Yeah.
you're sucking all the funnies right out of it. We went from ghost cum. We went from baby batter, spiritual gush on sweet supple beans, to you talking about suicide. How the fuck do you throw a curveball that hard?
I love that Ari said, whoa, Ari said they committed suicide and died. Like anything else would happen.
No.
Oh no, he committed suicide, but like he went to Quiznos right after that.
No, what I said was when they were doing the Ouija board, they asked him how he was. They said, "How are you?" And his response was dead.
Like, that's hilarious.
That was
But
what
I'm stuck on you said he committed suicide and died. Like,
I don't remember.
like
saying
anything else happened.
I already had a like me in my Walmart moment.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, that was what. And then like I have another friend who had a very like wild story with a Ouija board, but that is for another time, and that is his story to tell. I cannot tell it as well as he does, but it's wild.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. You went straight from we went from
Well,
ghost cum,
Well, no,
which is
it
the
was,
craziest thing in the world to me.
I was trying to do a funny with a Ouija board.
With suicide?
No, the emphasis was supposed to be on the fact that when they asked him how he was, his response was to say dead.
I want to say something, but it would just make everyone sad.
If you think it's funny, then it's funny. But like, I'm not.
I was gonna say we need to start using that word lightly. My dad is right there.
Oh.
I'm gonna get your dad a better box.
But yes, Ouija boards are weird, but ghosts are cool. If you have ghost jizz, collect it.
Collect it.
Yeah, start storing that shit. Ring out your
See if
sheets.
it glows.
Ring out your
Does
sheets.
it glow?
Put a
That's
black
what I
light
want
in
to
the
know.
room.
Also, please know I've consumed half a bottle of wine.
Are you telling me or the audience?
Both.
Like collect the ghost jizz.
I'm in the room with you.
Maybe bring it to a science lab, test it.
A science lab.
It might be
paleontologist.
just
That's dinosaurs.
Regular human jizz, in which again you have a
You should
man
be
under your bed.
But what if he's not under the bed? What if he's in the closet or
In
like
the attic?
Oh, there was someone. I read a story about someone who like didn't know there was someone living in their attic and in
That
their
happens a
walls.
lot.
Like, how does that happen? I feel like I would know.
Because in some housing, there's a lot of space between each wall, like enough to fit in. And if there's nothing there, you just fucking shimmy.
But like, I mean, these people usually say like their food goes or like they've had food and things go missing.
Yeah, but like think about like just on a regular like day-to-day weekly basis, the amount of times specifically, and I know for a fact me and you both do it, we just eat and do things, and then like a few hours we're like, what did I do?
Yeah. But also, like, I feel like I usually remember when I eat food or something.
I certainly don't. So, like, I can get that. If I'm having, like, a rough fucking day or I'm that exhausted, I don't remember jack shit that I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I will go several days eating full meals and be like, what have I been eating the last few days?
But, like, it's one of those things, too, where, like, usually... If, like, I have this, I'm going to use this for an example. Like, if, I'll use my cookie cake that I bought today. Like, if I have my cookie cake, and normally, like, I know that, like, you two will sometimes eat it, like, once in a while, just because it's a chocolate chip cookie with icing on it.
I mean, I've never touched your cookie cake, but okay.
Oh. I thought you had some in the last one.
Remember the one that was in the big round pan? You had a little bit of that. You tried it. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I swear.
I literally said, honey, I'm not going to eat all this because it's too sweet for me. I was like...
That's the one that already made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking the store-bought one.
Oh. I thought, well, someone had a piece of the store-bought one. I don't remember if it was anyone, but maybe it was just me. But either way, like, if it was just me eating it, and, like, I saw a piece missing... that I don't remember grabbing, like, I wouldn't be suspicious, but I would definitely, like, if it started rapidly disappearing, like, and I hadn't touched it,
yeah,
I would be a little suspicious. Like, my grandmother is notorious for, if she asks you for a piece of something and you tell her yes, she will eat more than a piece. She'll eat, like...
half of it.
She'll eat all of it on you if you let her.
Like...
So it's one of those things where, like, if I know that I haven't offered someone something, like, unless there's, like, an unspoken agreement that, like, hey, you know, if I make a large batch of something, you're welcome to have it. Like, if it's something, like, I made for myself specifically and, like, unless I offer it. If it started rapidly disappearing, I'd be suspicious.
I mean, I feel like a lot of these, there's someone living in my walls or my attic stories, is also very frequently a small family.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, fucking kids all the time will eat shit and be like, I didn't touch it, but my sibling might have.
Well, like
Yeah.
sticking to ghosts and stuff like that, and apart from food, you had the whole light situation.
Oh. So, this is a whole story that, like, no one believes.
Oh, I want to hear it now.
It took years, because it was an ongoing thing. It took years for my dad to believe me, because he physically saw it happen. Was like, what was that? I'm like, this is what I've been telling you is going on for years. My first year of middle school, tried to commit the big die. And
The ultimate bye-bye.
the ultimate bye-bye. And from that day forward, and I will swear up and down to everyone, I did. It worked. I remember seeing stuff that was not normal. I remember feeling things that were not normal. I remember, because I had my phone with me, and the timing of it all was too long. It was way too long, like over 20 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like snapping back, and from that day forward to about halfway through high school, maybe 3/4 of the way through high school, I will swear up and down that I had something following me. And I don't mean like in the house. I mean like I moved in several different houses.
Mm-hmm.
It would even come to friends' houses with me. Like it was connected to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it never did anything terrible. But one thing that it did do is it didn't matter if I was sitting in my bedroom, if I was sitting in a living room, if I was sitting in a bathroom, and it was most particular in the bathroom of any house or any building even, because that is was the main area. The lights, wherever I was, would go dim and then go super bright, like brighter than they're supposed to, and then go dim again, and then go back to normal, and then turn off on occasion. Like they just fluctuate. And sometimes it was really slow, and sometimes it was rapid, and sometimes there'd be a pause for a few hours. And no one believed me for years, except for my best friend, because she was constantly in the room with me. I was friends with her from middle school all the way past high school. So she was almost constantly in the room with me, especially throughout high school. She got to see it frequently.
Mm-hmm.
My dad didn't believe me till one day I was in the bathroom and he saw the light under the door turn off and then turn back on and then go dim and et cetera, et cetera. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. He's like, what's with the light? And I stopped going to the bathroom and I just opened the door and stood there and the light kept doing what it was doing. And I was like, this is what I've been telling you for years.
Mm-hmm.
The lights just do this around me now.
I know this is off topic and has nothing to do with it. I'm just gonna cut in real quick and then you can continue. I was looking at topics for us to talk about and other people's questions. Can I just read these to you real quick? Unknown. If Batman's parents are died, then how was he born? It doesn't make sense how died parents can have children. Did they think this through?
Did they think it through? Like these
You've missed the whole part of Batman's origin story where he's right fucking there, but okay.
They spelled through THRU. Only one person commented, this person must have fallen asleep at some point during the beginning of the film.
I like to think that these two ghosts, like this ghost couple, is like, I'd really like to have a baby.
Yeah.
But then like the conversation never goes any further.
And then
it's Thomas Wayne that is jizzing at the foot of this man's bed.
Oh no. I am the knight. And then the question down below, this is just the title for it. Is it okay to boil headphones?
I guess it depends on the headphones.
Do
you want them afterwards?
If there's real yummy cow leather attached to them, sure. You can continue. By the way, I had to get that out in the air.
But yeah, that happened to me for years and years and years on end. And I say like every room, it like said specifically the bathroom. It was very, very occasionally other rooms, and the smaller the light was, the more it fluctuated. I tried changing light bulbs. I tried just keeping the lights off. It didn't really matter. It was very frustrating when it came to trying to sleep.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
But that ended up going away when I ended up moving into. I've had a lot of paranormal experiences, so I like 100% believe in ghosts. I ended up moving into a home, to which used to have a porch, and the porch was walled in and turned into a sunroom. I do not know what happened in this house before I moved in. But the only room of that house that did not have incredibly active, incredibly violent, and by violent, I mean throwing things, activity was the sunroom. And I am 100% convinced that whatever happened to that house at the time, the sunroom was still the porch and not a room.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because because the sunroom had like a double door into the house, and it was like a glass door.
Yeah.
I remember I had my tiny little like mini couch, because we had the sunroom set up vaguely like a porch. So we had like a tiny little foam mini couch out in the sunroom. I remember sleeping on that couch and staring through the glass door. At this time we lived in the house. My father was very, 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 very rarely home with me. 90% of the time I was home alone. He stopped by the house maybe once or twice a week to check on me and drop off food, and then would leave. I was home alone, and I remember staring through these glass doors and watching things move, like items that we owned, like the coffee table, and I watched the fridge door open, and I watched a fucking container get thrown, and I knew no one was in the house.
Oh my god.
I heard old women talking in the house. I had seen, like, in person, not in a photo or a video, I physically watched a weird black orb float through the living room into my father's room around the corner, and I went to follow it, and it was gone.
Holy shit.
Actively every single night, the room that was supposed to be my room, there would be something in the corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't stay in that room.
My room in particular, I could not stay in.
No, I wouldn't.
Specifically because of whatever the fuck was in the corner. The living room is where you would hear, and this was a tiny home, because it was technically like trailer sized, but it was a home. Like it was a
like
physical home, but it was
it was like a cottage,
kind of, yeah,
like a little townhouse.
Yeah, but so it was indeed very small. But
I really like the word bungalow.
I remember I was trying to shower, in which was always very difficult. I was trying to shower, and it's almost like I blacked out. And this is something I've actually never discussed. And I, like, clear as day, I didn't physically see it. Like, it's like a memory hit me of this mother and daughter and some very violent things that I had, like, flash into my head between them and the father figure that I don't wish to discuss. And then I heard it. I heard this, like, screech, and it felt like someone grabbed me, and it was not the presence that I was used to feeling that always fucked with the lights. I was used to feeling that one, and I can tell you for a fact that was a young child.
Yeah.
She didn't know. I had tried to talk to her on several occasions. She didn't know. Like, the most she could do was mess with the lights.
Yeah.
This was far more intelligent. It was angry.
Jeez.
But from the second I had that like weird flash of like what I assume is a memory in my head, all of the lights stopped. Like anything that had to do with the lights flickering or dimming, like any activity that followed me stopped. Mind you, anything in that house remained, but any activity that followed me had stopped. So I'm pretty sure whatever weird flashback I had is what happened to that being that was following me. And because I found out what it was, they left. As like a weird someone knows now.
Holy shit.
Um,
Have you ever did you ever look up like the address in the news and see if anything had happened?
I moved in so many houses I can't remember the addresses. I lived in over 22 houses by the time I was
Holy
16.
shit.
Yeah, Cameron did a lot of moving.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was 16 years old, I had lived in over 22 houses. I gave up counting.
Holy
So I couldn't tell you any of the addresses besides my grandmother's, because my grandmother's address has never changed. But yeah, that's not something I just like. I'm comfortable talking about it with Cole, and I'm comfortable talking about it with you because
Yeah.
I know you are very open to these topics. And like, I
And
guess
I've had
the
parents-
podcast now, hello podcast. Whether people believe me or not at this point, I used to be so anxious talking about it because I felt like no one would believe me. But I realize now that I'm older, it
Oh, there's
doesn't.
whole communities for it.
Yeah. But I also realize now that I'm older, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I know what happened.
Yeah.
I was physically there. I dealt with it, and I don't need others' validations.
See, and I like that too because, like, I think when I first met you, that would have not been words that came out of your mouth.
No.
Cameron's grown
Yeah.
so very well and so much.
So
past
I'm
5
more
years.
comfortable talking about it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one house from the story where it kind of like whatever was following me ended. I had a friend who was Jehovah's Witness. Completely, like, if I even brought up the topic of ghosts, she would cut me off. She didn't care. She didn't believe.
Remember you telling me?
Yeah, like, she did not give a flying fuck. It's not that she was, like, openly rude. She just didn't want to partake in the conversation.
Mhm.
Refused to go in that house. She got to the front door and went to open it. Opened it. Like, I watched her go pale and went, I think we should go to my house. Because she didn't live too far away. She's like, I don't think I can go in
like
here.
it here.
She's like, I don't think I can go in there. And I was like, why? What's wrong? And like, I was in the house just standing there. She's like, I'm scared for you and would like you out of the house. And I don't know. It was almost like she was, because she was looking at me, but it was like she wasn't. Like she was looking at something next to me, which was the freaky
Just
part.
out of eye shot.
Yeah.
She refused to go in that house.
Yeah.
I lived in that house for 8-9 months, and I actively hung out with her pretty much every day, and it was never at that house because she would not go in.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some people, like, even if they don't believe in it, they can pick up on it. They're just not. They refuse to accept that fact.
Like, this is just.
I have more stories, but I feel as if I've rambled on enough.
Okay.
No, I see. I find it fascinating because I'm someone. Even though I have I feel like I've probably had more paranormal experience. Well, so I've had paranormal experiences, but like my family has a lot of intuition and like semi-psychic abilities. Like, my family is very strong intuition. Like, that's something that's always run in our family. And that's something I've had a lot of. So I've had really wild dreams. And like, I remember like at one point when the Orlando Pulse shooting happened, I was at one of my family in North Carolina, like extended family, not like extremely close family. I had a dream where I knew there was something, like a shooting had happened in Florida, and it was near-ish to Tampa. And because my first question had been, is are my great aunt and uncle okay? Because they live in Tampa. And my mom was just like, or in my dream, my mom was like, they're fine. Like we got on the phone with them. They're okay. They were safe and stuff like that. But all I remember is that, and I woke up and I could hear a new, like one of those like the breaking news thing, because they were giving updates that morning, but I couldn't hear what they were saying on the TV. Like I couldn't hear it. And all I know like is I woke up, I wrote down like the dream because it was a vivid dream. It was one of those it was like lucid dreams. And so I like woke up, I heard the whoever was out in the kitchen living room was watching the news, and I got up and I walked out, and all of the TV just basically said shooting in Florida. And I was like, I just had a moment of, it was one of those things like, I was like, I don't feel like I can tell anyone about this.
How fucking bad would you feel, though, if you realized that the reason it happened is because you had a dream about it?
Oh my god, I would feel horrible.
You're the reason for this horrible action that's been caused.
Can confirm, though, as a gay man living in Florida when that happened, oh my god.
Yeah. I went on a mission trip shortly after that happened. In the place, like one of the places that we stopped, it was a homeless shelter and a church, but there's a largely LGBT community there. And in memorial for like the whole month of June, they were reading off the names every day of the people that died there. It was heavy, but like it was one of those things where it's just like, holy shit. But yeah, but that was like my weird psychic. So I've had things like that, and I've had past life dreams before, and the only reason I know that, like, there's one that's really strong. I won't get it super into it right now, but
good, because I have a question for you that involves something that might sting your soul a little bit, or at least or upset the hive of hornets that rest inside of. No, that upset the hive of hornets that rest inside your beating heart that irks and aches for the Beatles.
Oh my! What are you? Okay.
We are keeping up with
as Ari wears a yellow submarine.
yellow submarine shirt. I am keeping it with the whole spirits and ghosts and things.
Oh my gosh! I already think I know what you're gonna ask about.
User asks, are there autographs of Jesus? I know there are autographs of famous guitarists, John Lennon, and the other unimportant members of the Beatles. Is there any autographs of Jesus? I need one for sale tonight. P.S. I'm buying a new house, and I need autographs.
The other non-important members.
Okay, so it's funny because John Lennon is one of my favorite members of the Beatles.
He's usually the go-to.
Okay, John and Paul are usually the go-tos. Ringo is usually like
the crazy MS Paint artist. Yeah.
Ringo.
I just like
Ringo
his name.
Amazing. His name is Richard Starkey.
Oh, I just like Ringo.
So
he sounds like a monkey.
It's funny because in the Get Back special that they have on Disney Plus, every once in a while they'll be like,
Plugging that real quick.
You're welcome, Disney. There's probably one viewer for you.
They're just like, they're always just like, at one point John walks in and he has like a sandwich in a bag or something, or someone walks in. It may not have been John. I don't know. John said wild shit in that episode. So
probably because he was high 98%
yeah,
of the time he existed.
But someone walked in and was like, such and such for Mr. Starkey, and Ringo just kind of looks like, all right. Because, yeah, Ringo Starr was his stage name. His legal name is Richard Starkey, as far as I know. Unless he changed the legal name. But
I want to know autographs of Jesus.
Well, there's that, what's that piece of cloth that supposedly has his face on it?
That
you're asking the most
biblical genius.
Yeah. figured out
Well,
Christian
we sell
Christian Lover
a
101.
plush toy of it at work.
Fantastic.
Along with Charles Darwin.
Oh, what the hell is her name? It is a really interesting story, actually.
Yeah, it's a cloth.
Apparently, I can't remember if it is a blanket or a cape. I think it's a cape, or I think it was a blanket that they started
It's a
wearing as a
strap.
cape.
Oh wait.
Something. But apparently, this girl had some sort of dream about Jesus, and she woke up and shit.
And shit?
Fucking sure as shit. There's a man's face on this blanket that was not there, that looked like the depictions they had seen of Jesus Christ before, and I cannot remember it. And it's like on display as a historical like museum.
Well, no,
It reminds me of the person who was cooking pancakes and one looked like Jesus, and they sold it for a hefty price. They got a good amount of pocket change out of that pancake.
Well, that was part of my thought. Maybe it was that one, but I could have sworn at one point there was like a piece of cloth that they thought was a part of Jesus's burial shroud or whatever.
Okay,
it was
but are you trying to tell me that Jesus's autograph is so complex? It's not a fucking name. It's not a text. It's just a stamp of a stupid fucking face.
Yeah.
Because if I want that, I can walk up to any skinny homeless person ever. And if I want extra points, I'm like, hey, any point in your life before you're living on the road, were you a carpenter? Because that would really do it for me right now.
Or you just ask any, like, if you ask a...
I also like to think of this man frantically searching through every Bible for are there Jesus autographs?
Yeah, like, I don't know if this man realizes, like, it wouldn't be, like, Jesus in big swoopy letters. Like, it would be written in Hebrew. Like, it would not be written in a language that, based on your brain, would be able to comprehend.
How does Jesus make his tea? He brews it. Yeah, that's the one that broke Ari. What the fuck? Are you looking up the thing, the cloth?
Oh my god.
You can do some reading on it. You don't have to sit there in silence.
Okay,
Well,
but
I'm trying to find the correct one that I'm thinking of.
okay, but also, have you seen? Speaking of Jesus, have you seen the picture of the grandma who printed out a picture of Jesus?
Oh my god, yes.
Put it up on the mantle.
Oh my
And it's a
god.
picture of Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes. Oh my god.
That delights me every time.
Because the original comment I saw was like, people were like, don't you dare tell her.
I know. I don't think that person ever did. I assume not. I wouldn't.
I would. It would be the best. You'd go over and your sweet little grandmother would be like, okay, it's time to pray before we eat. Everyone look at this big picture of Jesus. It's like, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope for redemption before whatever it's called.
After Obi-Wan died and became the spirit and rose to heaven, he really truly did have the high ground.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Jesus. Fitting.
Also, I'm happy that it was like John Lennon and the other unimportant members of the Beatles.
Oh my god.
As if they didn't contribute to the band at all.
I know. Like, literally, Paul was the other... Paul probably was the lead singer for most of the songs.
No, I'm not like a huge Beatles fan. Yeah. I know a few songs, but I don't know who played what instrument. Did John Lennon sing or play guitar? What did he do?
So John and Paul... Or John would usually play guitar or sing. It would depend on the song. So John usually would play guitar or sing. Sometimes he would be on piano. Sometimes he would be on a different instrument. Paul was usually bass. Or
the real question I'm trying to get to is, what the fuck did Ringo play?
Ringo was the drums.
Not Gringo. I apologize. Ringo.
Wasn't he also not very good at playing the drums?
So
He's not very good at fucking anything.
So Ringo,
From what I understand.
there's an interview where one of the Beatles, and I honestly assume it was either John or Paul that was asked this because it sounds like something they would say. Although George was also a bit of a salty motherfucker, and I say that with love. One of the other Beatles was asked, "Do you think Ringo is the best drummer in the world?" And the response was, "I don't even think Ringo is the best drummer in the Beatles." But that was just what they put him on.
And that's primarily what he does.
I don't know if you knew this. So for the most part, when it comes to the lead singers, it's usually John or Paul. Occasionally it'll be George, but it's getting the song "I Get By with a Little Help from My Friends" is Ringo. Ringo is the lead singer for that song, and I did not realize it, and I was always just like, this does not sound like any of the three that usually
Okay,
sing.
but does it smack?
Anyway.
Is it good?
It's okay. It's pretty good. It's
Is it a bop? Is it lit? Is it a hit?
I like that one.
It's decent. It's not one of their best. It's not one of their worst.
I was making it sound like one of the most mediocre hot dogs you could ever have at like an outing.
Like Ringo is.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
I
It's not all beef.
like it. Yeah, it's
I'd eat it though.
yeah. No,
I can
it's
taste the
decent.
pork.
I'll listen to it, but like, I'm not jamming out. It's not super.
But you
upbeat.
like hearing about walruses.
Oh, I love "I'm the Walrus." It's such a good song. "I'm the Walrus," "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds" come together. "Yellow Submarine's" pretty fucking good. There's a song.
Wasn't Lucy Come in the Sky? Wasn't that about a dead girl though?
No, so "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds," a lot of people, because it's shortened to LSD, think it's about LSD and getting high, but it's actually based on a drawing that John Lennon's son Julian drew of a classmate he had named Lucy. Like, he drew a picture of her like in like the sky with like, and he drew a bunch of diamonds around her, and like her eyes were all rainbowy colored, I think.
Wow. And this was defined as a band that was like defining for their time.
Yeah, but no, "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds" was based on
Beatles also
picture.
sounds like a band to me, like just in general, where like they would put the capo on the guitar wherever their voice would match. And just be like, yeah, we'll just play here. So it sounds like a good song.
I
Very
like
true.
the song All Together Now. And I think that's the name of it.
How does it go?
They count in the beginning.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, they say 1, 2, 3, 4. They say, "Can I have a little more? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I love you." I like that one a whole lot. Because my cousin sang it, and it was really cute because she was just a tiny little baby. And the one where they sing the ABCs, I think that's the same song.
I think that's a
1,
Michael.
2,
That's a
3,
Jackson
4.
5.
There's
No.
a ghost inside your floor. 5, 6,
It's from
7,
the
8.
Yellow Submarine
Is it?
album.
Oh, I feel like a fraud right now.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I,
That ghost is gonna come on your toes again.
The song "Norwegian Wood" from their album "Rubber Soul" was the first, or one of the first rock songs.
Pause. Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian Wood.
We can stop there.
Okay.
I'm fine with Norwegian Wood.
Me too. Fuck.
It was one of the first rock songs, if not like it was the first popular rock song. It wasn't the first rock song; it was the first popular rock song to feature a sitar.
I'm
Which
glad
is-
you finished that sentence because I thought you were going to stop at first popular rock song. And I was like, press F to doubt.
Oh.
No.
John Lennon would totally be an otter.
No, it was he is. He was.
He
But-
was.
He was. I
He-
know.
What are you
This
now,
ghost
John?
still is.
What are you now, John Lennon? What is
His
it?
toe-coming ghost.
Yes,
still
there
is.
you go. John Lennon is the ghost that comes on boys' toes.
No.
This is my new favorite
Do
song.
you want him to come on your toes? That was a
Wow, that's a big pause.
No, George. So George Harrison.
I've learned a
That's
lot.
not the answer to the question.
I've learned a lot this episode.
Backstep. Ari, do you want the ghost of John
No.
Lennon to come on your
No,
toes?
no, not on my toes.
But anywhere else.
Okay. Well, can you give a little bit? Can you name a section you'd like
No.
that sweet past?
That's secrets.
No.
Would you like the ghost of John Lennon? We'll stop the sentence there.
I would meet John Lennon and give him the
That's not
opportunity.
the answer to the question.
What do you mean you'd meet him? Gonna go meet my hero.
No, like if it was one of those, like, you know, the question that some people ask, like, if you can meet any historical figure, like alive or dead, for like, and have coffee with them, like, who would you meet? Like, John Lennon's one of those people. Like, I would have coffee with John Lennon. I would introduce that man to Twitter.
Yeah, but did we get to choose one? Is that the whole premise? We get to choose one.
Or
Oh, then I'm gonna rock it with George Carlin. He's gonna hate that I'm gonna bring him back from the dead.
But
Who is dead that I'd like to hang out with?
I hate that my brain was like, I'm sure you'd like to see your dad one more time.
No, that's what I was thinking too. But like, I'm trying
Then
to
I
think
got real sad.
of famous people that are dead.
I don't think George Carlin was really as famous as much as he was as like out loud, just kind of a prick. But like he was an asshole in a funny kind of way.
I'm gonna look up famous dead people real quick.
Speaking of dead Georges, though, George Harrison was
George
the
Washington.
one. Yeah, he was an asshole. But George Harrison was the one who he was very, very notable for like introducing a lot of. It was George. For like introducing a lot of like Indian culture and gosh, I can't think of the name of the religion right now. It's not Hindu.
Why is Bob
it's
Saget's
something-
name familiar?
He's a comedian.
No, he's dead. He died this year.
He did.
Oh, you know who I'd love to kick it with? I don't know the actor's name. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the guy who played Professor Snape.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alan Rickman.
Hell yeah.
That'd
That'd be fun.
Who's the old lady that died recently?
Betty White.
Betty
Yeah.
fucking White. I would bring her
would-
back to make her live to 100 years old because that bitch died at 99.
Oh my god.
And
She looked
She
at
died like a week before her birthday.
She
did.
knew it too.
Yeah. Well, she looked at like there was some people are like there's some event like going on that they were just like she can go out with a bang, and she did. She made sure of it. But no, that would be fun.
with
She
Kurt
basically
Cobain.
took 2021 with her. She
Pretty
was just
much.
like, if I'm going out, I'm taking you with me. And literally, like, because she died like shortly before New Year's Eve. I remember that.
Yeah.
And everyone was just like, of course. If she chose a moment to go out, that would
just
be
like
it, because everyone would be toasting to her.
Well, I just like to think that Betty White realized how bad things were going to get with COVID and everything. She's like, I'm too old for this shit. Bye.
Yeah.
She's just
'Cause
up and
she's just
left.
like, yeah. But yeah, no, because I remember
I
it was
know
before
who I
New
would
Year's
hang out with.
Eve. Who would it be?
I know who it would be. Hold on, give me a minute.
No. Grant from Mythbusters.
Oh, Grant
Oh.
Lazara. Oh my gosh, that'd be a fun one.
I would hang out with Grant in a heartbeat.
Oh my
I
gosh.
would too, but here's the thing: is I in my head automatically informed myself that he was undead, not like a zombie, but was still kicking, was still with us, vibing because he was too young. He was too young to go. He's way
Yeah.
too young.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
oh no, you know who I'd bring it back with? What I bring back? The writer for I bring back Monty for Ruby. The writer for Ruby. Oh, I didn't mean to make you big sad.
Monty is the writer for Ruby, which
Monty
is
Oum.
yeah, my favorite fucking show ever. You know how he died? A peanut allergy that he
Oh.
wasn't able to get an EpiPen to. Or
I thought
any
it was an
sort of-
allergic reaction to the penicillin or whatever they were using.
I thought it was just a peanut allergy. Either way, it was an allergy, and they didn't have the stuff to treat.
They didn't
his
know he was
allergy.
allergic to it, so they couldn't
Oh.
treat it. So he died. while underneath the under.
He was in his 20s too.
Jeez,
He was a brilliant dude too. Like his animations were top for like his time. Like
yeah.
especially with like the informal like mix of formal training. Like it was awesome.
Damn.
But no, Monty owns the shit. He was fucking. He's just a chill, cool, like happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was in his 30s. He was 33. But either way, like he wasn't. Yeah, allergy.
Yeah.
Severe allergic reaction following a simple medical procedure.
Yeah, so I think it was whatever they helped to numb the pain or go under, whatever it is that they used.
And at the end of every season of Ruby, they say thank you, Monty. It makes me so sad.
Aw. Yeah. Either way, I would kick it with John Lennon. I would smoke weed with John Lennon. That would be lit.
I don't feel like he would have too much to say.
He, like, it's so if you like watching
I've watched videos of that man walk around and talk, and I've watched the ones you've showed me. It's like watching a stroke. It's like giving a stroke a body. That's what John Lennon's like. And I'm sorry to whoever likes John Lennon if you hear this. I'm not shitting on the man. I'm just letting you know that if an aneurysm with arrhythmia could walk around and talk, it would be John Lennon.
I hate to bring it up again because it's sad, but they actually don't know what his allergic reaction was to.
Really?
Well, I assumed it was whatever they put him under with because...
Yeah. Well, apparently he wasn't even allergic to peanuts. His allergies throughout life were cats and juniper.
Yeah.
Had an unspecified severe reaction during a simple medical procedure that put him in a coma for 10 days.
Jeez, I wonder if it was like...
He reportedly died as a result from said allergic reaction.
Huh.
Jeez. Right. The only known allergens he had was cats and juniper.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people go through a majority of their life not knowing that they're allergic to stuff.
Yeah.
Until you find out the hard way. Like, I didn't know I was allergic to wasps until I was stung by a fucking wasp.
I have an allergy to hairless cats. If I pet them, if I pet them,
you can't chill with those sweet, naked little soft skinned sphinxes.
Not without my arms breaking out in itches.
Cat allergies, like 90% of the time, is not because of their fur; it's because of their saliva.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't thinking about that. I've got a soft spot for
No, I love
them.
For sphinx. Yeah.
I think it was more sensitive when I was younger because I wasn't around cats as much. I think because my dad wouldn't have me over his house often, I wouldn't be exposed to the cat that we had or like the pets we had. And then when I moved in with my stepmom, we had 2 cats and a dog, so I was more exposed to that. So like the first couple weeks I was there, I was really sniffly, but then it went away. And like even with Phoebe, like once in a while I'll get a little sniffly, but I'm fine with Phoebe now. So I wonder if that allergy has gone away through like exposure to cats. But
maybe.
we
It's
also
kind of like when you inject venom into your blood in small amounts.
But we also have a theory that Phoebe might be part of a hypoallergenic breed.
Oh no, she makes my allergies act up.
Oh, does she? Because she doesn't make. One of my friends is really badly allergic to cats, and she doesn't react to Phoebe at all.
I used to be rather severely allergic to cats, and I gave my body no choice but to not be allergic to cats anymore. But there are a few cats that still make it act up. My grandma's cat back in Florida makes it act up. Phoebe, if I snuggle her, like if I put my face to her like I do Klaus, she makes my allergies act up.
Oh, huh. Because one of my friends, like, she doesn't get as near, like, she's pretty badly allergic to cats, and Phoebe, it takes her longer to get sniffly around Phoebe than it does around some of my other friends' cats. But one of my friends is the same way as you, though, where if they they have 2 cats, and they'll just pop Benadryl, or they have like daily allergy pills.
I'm gonna pop some bennies. Gonna go see the kitties.
Yeah,
No, like
because they have
no shit. Like my eyes would like swell almost shut, and I was like, I'm still gonna pet these cats.
Oh my
Like,
god, my mom's allergic to horses, and we found that out because
That's a shame.
my mom. The way we found this out is we went on like.
Those beautiful equestrian creatures.
So I was a horse girl as a kid.
What?
you've never heard that term?
A horse girl?
I
Yeah.
was a horse girl as a kid, and I loved horses. And so,
So please don't pull up horse girl on Google. I'm so
Well, I want to
scared.
give you the like.
I'm
the
so
main
scared.
Definition.
I'm
and
so
so-
scared.
when like 1 year for my birthday, we went on like an outdoor horseback ride, like, and they took you on a trail ride.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. And my mom had been petting her horse, or petting the horse afterwards.
And then
she
pet you.
No. And she itched her eye at one point, and her eye started swelling up.
Mm.
And so we had to stop at a Walmart in the middle of nowhere to get her some Benadryl to help make it go down.
You know it'll bring down that swelling really fast?
What?
Ghost jizz. That'll bring... You won't be thinking about anything else.
Just that sweet, sticky, gooey.
Sweet, sticky, gooey,
Do we have-
fucking...
Where does this person live? Do we have theories about who this ghost is?
Hey, what was your name? Josh? Josh, where do you live? Drop an address.
Or drop a region.
No, drop an address. I'm coming over.
The state,
Maybe it's-
at least.
Yeah, maybe it's a celebrity with a foot fetish.
He doesn't live in the United States.
Oh,
You can't drop a state.
Well, then the ghost is clearly European. It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Do you know if the ghost dick is circumcised or uncircumcised?
Oh, that could play a big part into it.
It
Because
could
then you
play
could,
a part in
if that ghost is Jewish,
Or, well, a lot of European men don't circumcise, I don't think.
I don't know. All I know is that I am, and I'm.
It's a beautiful dick.
Oh, well, thank you. What? All right, I think this is about time to wrap up this episode. I'm your friendly mirror technician, Cole.
I'm your John Lennon simp Ari.
Hi, I'm Cameron.
Beautiful. Oh, fuck. Why there's so many fucking chairs in this room?